week and happy belated Mother's Day to all of our moms watching out there today. So excited to go live and talk about nutrition and beauty and radiance. This is really, mom's guide to energy, radiance, and more. And for anyone who just wants a little bit of a boost to have more energy, healthy skin, healthy glow, that sort of thing. So really this webinar is for anyone that's going to benefit from that. So I'm excited to be back. I apologize. My voice is like a little bit rough today. I think I'm losing it somehow. So my apologies if I'm a little bit hard to understand or it's a little bit lower than usual. But for those of you, this is your first webinar, welcome. My name is Ale Zozos. I am with EatLove, and I do our nutrition and dietitian-led webinars on a monthly basis. We have some really great topics. We talk about non-scale victories as much as scaled victories, like weight loss tips and tricks, as well as muscle building for the gym, for anything like that. So this is pretty much your ticket into dietitian-led webinars for various different topics. And I'm really excited to talk about energy, radiance, and more today. So as always, we're going to start with a couple of polls. The first one is, what type of YouFit membership do you have? I know we may have some prospective members on here as well. So this is a really great introduction into the club and what benefits the club has. And for the benefit that I'm going to share at the end is actually included with all Premium Plus memberships. I believe it's just $10 more a month. I think it's $39 a month. And you're actually going to be able to get the nutrition benefit. So lots of prospective members today. Welcome. May I be the first to welcome you all to our sessions. And the next one is going to be, I haven't done this one in a while. How often do you feel around meal times? Or how stressed do you feel about meal times? So always, sometimes, or never. And the stress can be caused from any type of factor. Time, even budget. It could be picky eaters in the family, anything. So we have a couple. Sometimes. Yeah, I would say sometimes as well if I was answering the poll too. Awesome. Well, thank you all for sharing that piece. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we are going to get rocking for our presentation for today. All right, so nutrition and beauty, mom's guide to energy, radiance, and more. We are going to cover some really interesting topics. So creating beauty from within by nourishing the body from an outer glow, promoting energy and beauty with a healthy gut, which I love talking about gut health, and achieving radiance and vitality through lifestyle factors. And then lastly, learning about YouFit's in-house nutrition program that all of you on the call could have access to. You may already have access to it via your Premium Plus membership, or when you join the gym, you can upgrade into the Premium Plus and you'll have access to nearly 8,000 dietitian approved recipes at your fingertips. But we'll save that for a little bit later in our call today. So creating beauty from within, it's going to take a couple things. It's going to take nutrient-rich foods, hydration, which tends to go under the radar a bit. A couple months ago, we talked about GLP-1s and medications. Hydration was mentioned on every single page. So we cannot forget about the water aspect of it. We're going to talk about omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants. So let's start with nutrient-rich foods first and foremost. So a vibrant array of foods, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, are going to offer these nutrient-dense foods. They have the vitamins, they have the minerals, they have the antioxidants that we need that work within our body to promote glowing skin, that's strong hair, strong nails. I know I can tell when my nutrition is a little bit off and my nails start to break a little bit easier, or my hair starts to kind of fray a little bit. But yeah, nails are going to be a really great aspect just to kind of gut check that to see how you're doing with your intake overall. I'd like to talk about the My Plate or the USDA plate or Harvard Healthy Eating plate a lot, because if we're following that guideline, and this actually replaced the food pyramid probably back in 2012, 2013, somewhere around there, because it made it more applicable to look down at every single meal and kind of do our own checklist of what we have on our plate. So if we look down at our plate, we ideally want to see 75% of plant food. That's not just, vegetables, that's whole grains, that's beans, legumes, that's fruits as well. Could be nuts and seeds, but 75% of that plate is technically coming from the earth. So 50% would be like a non-starchy vegetable. You could do like a side salad. You could do baked broccoli. You could do really any type of vegetable that you want, the non-starchy versions of vegetables. And that can make up half of your plate. It's going to be very high in volume, very low in density, so you can eat more of it. The other 25% at the top that would be plant would be like your starchy vegetables. So you could do a non-starchy and a starchy vegetable. It's just smaller. That could also be a brown rice, a piece of bread. It could be a quinoa or any type of grain that you want to incorporate into that 25%. The other 25% is going to be your lean protein. And your lean protein can be, chicken breast. It could be something that has healthy fats to it. So like fatty fish or anything to that nature. You can incorporate, of course, any type of protein in your diet. It's more about the quality overall. So if you want to have a red meat, you can have a red meat. You want to have any other type of meats, you can have any other type of meats. And what I love about the healthy fats piece is usually our protein is going to contribute to that pretty naturally. So it's the last thing that we kind of have to look for on our plate, as well as the preparation method, how we cooked our vegetables, how we cooked our protein. So utilizing healthy fats, we can incorporate like extra virgin olive oil into our diets and things like that. And that is going to contribute to those vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that we are looking for. Looking at hydration, so drinking plenty of water to keep your skin hydrated and plump. I think there was a viral TikTok that went on for a couple of weeks ago, where like if you can pinch your skin and you can see it snap back, and if it takes a really, really long time to kind of go back into your hand. So if you take your pointer finger here and kind of squeeze that and watch how quickly it goes back into your finger, that's a pretty good sign to indicate whether you are dehydrated or plump with water and hydration. So water, of course, helps flush out toxins from the body, promoting cell turnover and supports natural detoxification process. Yes, Marion, this is being recorded. You will get the recording shortly after our webinar today. And they all contribute to that radiance, the complexion, skin from inside to out. So definitely don't want to skip on the hydration piece of it. If I had to give like a recommendation for water, I would say, of course, it's going to be different from everyone. You guys know this by now. I always say it depends. It's like a dietitian's motto here. And it would be, I would actually just calculate that for yourself quickly, is take your body weight and then divide it by 2.2, because we dietitians learn everything in the metric system. So we want to get your weight in kilograms first, and then multiply that number by 25. And I believe that's to represent milliliters in the equation. So if I'm looking at mine, I am going to multiply my weight in kilograms by 25, and I get 1,500 milliliters as a minimum. And then, of course, you can convert that milliliters to ounces to make it a little bit more practical on how we usually look at our intake overall. But a nice range for everyone watching is probably 25 to 30. So take your body weight in kilograms, multiply by 20, then multiply by 30, get that range. And that is probably a really good starting point for all of you. Now, of course, if you have any other underlying health conditions, this is definitely something you want to talk with your doctor on. Specifically, if you have any water restrictions, that could be where over drinking water could be potentially harmful to your health. So definitely take that everything with a grain of salt. Check with your physician. If you have any conditions that would require a limit in your water overall, then your equation may look very different. But for the majority of us watching today, 25 to 30 is going to be a good range for you. So mine's at 1,500 milliliters as a baseline. And I don't know what the conversion of that is off the top of my head. We can put it in Google, let Google tell us. So moving on to omega-3 fatty acids. Actually, all of these recipes that you see here, at least these two right here, are actually going to be within EatLove. So this berry yogurt parfait and this salmon dish is probably on my menu multiple times in a month. I will probably have salmon 3 or 4 times a month. And then this yogurt parfait, I probably have 3 or 4 times a week. So really great options and delicious antioxidant-filled recipes to get you started. So omega-3 fatty acids are going to help maintain your skin's lipid barrier, keeping it supple, moisturized, helping reduce inflammation, which can lead to clearer skin. So fatty fish are going to incorporate things like salmon, tuna, mackerel, sardines, and then other good lean fat or fatty sources are going to be the plant versions of that. We have flax seeds, we have chia seeds, we have walnuts, all wonderful sources. So even looking at this parfait down here, it doesn't look like there's any nuts in there. I would probably throw some nuts on that. I'd probably take some of my sliced almonds or my ground flax seeds. Ground flax seeds always going to be better than the whole flaxseed because the exterior shell on flax seeds are rather hard. So it's gonna, sometimes it can go through your entire body undigested. So we want the stuff inside. So I always, a hack there would be to buy flax seeds ground. If you have a higher power food processor that can grind those for you, you can always do that too. Unfortunately, mine is not powerful enough to do that. So I do have to buy mine pre-ground. And then chia seeds. So flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are going to have a omega-3 source called ALA, the alpha-linoleic alpha, the linoleic alpha. Oh my God, I'm forgetting what that first A stands for. But the ALA is that shortened abbreviation, and that means it's coming from a plant source. The conversion rate of that fatty acid to the gold standard, the EPA, the DHA, omega-3 fatty acids, is quite poor. So you do want to get a mix of both of these in your diet. If you are not someone that is a fish eater, and I wasn't for a very long time in my life, and there can be various reasons that you just don't incorporate this ingredient into your diet, there are ways to get EPA and DHA in other forms so that you don't have to worry about taking that plant-based version and converting it to EPA and DHA. There's a lot of really great research out here that supports the benefit of omega-3s for just reducing inflammation overall. And that's actually a template or a profile that you can select to get meals via EatLove that are your main goal is to reduce inflammation. So I know that I love that one. I love the Mediterranean diet as well because they kind of do similar things. And then lastly, on this creating beauty from within, we have antioxidants. So to combat oxidative stress caused by free radicals, you can protect your skin from damage and premature aging by promoting the collagen production and firmness and elasticity. So consuming a diet rich in antioxidants. Berries are a really great way for this. Dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, green tea, dark chocolate even, maybe my potentially favorite way to get antioxidants. But really wonderful ways to kind of just promote, and actually collagen. I know collagen supplements became really popular for, I don't know, I think it started about 4 or 5 years ago. Your body actually makes a ton of collagen. If we're looking at the types of protein-rich fibers in there, collagen, I believe, is like 90%. So we can promote the continuation of that production within our own bodies. We don't need to just get that from a supplement because our body's already making it. And a noting on that collagen is not a complete protein. We have to combine it with other pieces to complete that process where we're getting all 20 of those amino acids. So it's great to incorporate in your diet via foods and help the natural production of your body to do many of things. Most of the supplements you see on the market, our body can make a good majority of that. It's just helping create that environment that's going to promote that growth and that production of those certain nutrients. So gut health for energy and beauty. I love gut health. I think it's one thing that we know that good nutrition actually starts in the gut. Eating a variety of ingredients, not eating the same thing every single day. And I mean like breakfast, lunch, dinner, same thing every day. I kind of have very similar breakfasts most days, but you want to switch that up occasionally because then you get to expose your gut to new variations of things and actually helps increase your immune system. So if you find that you're getting sick often, what are some easy ways that you can do that? Increase your variety in your diet, and your gut is going to say, yeah, I'm not really familiar with this type of barrier here, so I got to build up some more, foundation around that, so that when you do see those free radicals and those other germs coming in, your body is well equipped to handle that. So looking at energy, good gut health aids in digestion and absorption of nutrients. So when the gut microbiome is diverse and it's thriving, it helps to break down food efficiently, providing the body with the fuel it needs for sustained energy throughout the day. And then for skin, a balanced gut microbiome reduces inflammation, promotes proper nutrient absorption, contributing to clear, radiant skin, and can help regulate skin conditions like acne, eczema, rosacea, leading to a more luminous complexion. I know we'd all like to wake up every morning and just feel glowing. That may start from a good night's sleep first and foremost, but you get the idea. So top 4 nutrition tips for a healthy gut. First is going to be eat a fiber-rich diet that promotes digestive health by supporting regular bowel movements and feeding beneficial gut bacteria. So you're going to get that from fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, like beans and legumes. We're looking at about 25 grams a day for women and 36 grams a day for men. 25 grams is a pretty hefty number, especially if you aren't used to consuming a lot of fruits and vegetables in your day. So one thing that I'd recommend for everyone that already has EatLove access is to log your food inside the platform a couple days a week for maybe a month or so, just to see what your average fiber intake is. That's going to be a really great way to start. You know, people ask me all the time, how do I get started eating healthier? Fruits and vegetables is going to be my answer. I will stand on that hill and scream it from the rooftops for as long as I can, just because 90% of us, 1 out of 10 Americans, are only getting enough fruits and vegetables. 90% are not hitting that marker. And I'd probably fall into that 90% as well. So fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains are going to be your best option to promote a fiber-rich diet. Consuming probiotic foods that help maintain a healthy gut balance for gut bacteria. So you can get these from your yogurts. Kefir, which is a very similar yogurt type. It's usually like a drinkable yogurt. It's a little thinner. Kombucha is one of my favorites. I just love the taste of it. I love that it's spritzy, kind of reminds me of a soda, but it's helping my gut at the same time. Fermented vegetables like pickles, sauerkraut. I'm blanking on another one. Okay, but pickles, sauerkraut are good ones to get started as well. Including prebiotic-rich foods. Prebiotics actually fuel your probiotics fuel your probiotic in your gut to kind of create that army within your gut microbiota. So beneficial prebiotic-rich foods to serve that as that fuel is going to be garlic, onions, leek, asparagus, bananas, oats, and those are really wonderful. Again, all of these are plant-based foods, minus the yogurts. Plant-based foods that you can do a lot of good for your health, your wellness, your energy, your radiance, your skin, just by eating more plant-based foods in your diet. Looking at it like a plant-forward diet, supplementing your proteins where you can, because proteins, like I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan. I definitely would categorize my diet as plant-forward, but I have that plate in my mind at all times. How can I get more plants in my diet and I can have, you know, my animal proteins or my proteins that come from animal byproducts like milk or yogurt at any one point in time. And then the last tip would be to reduce your intake of added sugars and processed foods, as they can disrupt your gut microbiota balance. They can promote inflammation and contribute to skin issues and energy crashes, all things that are not great for radiance and just energy levels overall. So we want to opt for those whole nutrient-dense foods the majority of the time. You know, the 80-20 rule is very traditional here. I would say that's a probably pretty good rule to follow, because it's going to give you that leeway and that space to have the things that you enjoy, knowing that the majority of the time that you're going to be opting for nutrient-dense options. So let's talk about lifestyle factors for radiance and vitality. We can't talk about energy. We can't talk about healthy skin and vibrance without getting quality sleep. And I know many of you on this call, busy moms, busy dads even, is probably, you're running around, you know, ragged, trying to find when you can get that sleep in. So we know that sleep is essential, but why is it essential? It is to help with cellular repair, hormone regulation, and overall rejuvenation. So creating a nightly routine with good sleep hygiene is another, where can I start first? You could start here first. This would be a really great option to just create your nighttime routine. When are you shutting off your electronics? When are you closing your screens? When are you brushing your teeth? When are you dressing into your pajamas? When are you turning down your bed and closing the blinds in your room? All of those things can be incorporated into this, where you want to create a system where you're going to bed similarly every time at the same time every single night, and therefore you're going to wake up at the same time most mornings. It's one way to stabilize our internal clock, where you could be someone that is like, I don't need an alarm clock to wake up in the morning. I'm pretty standard. Like, I will wake up my first time I wake up and it's the same time. And that starts from a good evening routine. Stress management is another one. So chronic stress triggers the release of cortisol, which can lead to increased inflammation and disrupt natural balance of hormones. So we want to find some time to incorporate stress reducing practices into your daily routines. Meditation, yoga, sleep, or deep breathing, spending time in nature. If calling up friends and spending time with your family is a good stress management tool, do that as well. But getting those social connections to help with that stress management piece, finding time for yourself to really just be present in the moment is another, where can I start first? This is another great place. Finding movement. So physical activity is going to promote circulation, reduces stress, boosts mood, supports detoxification, and contribute to clearer skin and increased energy. Notice we didn't say, exercise or even physical activity here. I like to refer to movement as joyful movement, and that can be me at the gym too. I want to find what is most enjoyable. I don't want to do things that I don't really enjoy because then I start to dread that activity. So finding in an exercise routine or an exercise class that you really enjoy, where you can rebrand that entire topic to joyful movement. I had fun working out today, because that really should be the goal. It should work as a stress reducer. It should work at a mind-body connection. So finding physical movement that you enjoy is going to be first and foremost. Meaningful relationships, so cultivating and supporting relationships with friends and family and community. Positive social connections have been linked to improved mental health, lowering stress levels, greater overall and well-being. And what is beauty and radiance and healthy skin without daily skin routine and sun protection? So finding a simple routine to stick to consistently. Never always remember your sunblock. So don't forget to protect your skin from those UV rays. Even if you're out in the sun for 15, 20 minutes, putting on a skin tint serum is one of my favorites to do, because even if I forget, at least I have an extra barrier of something on my face that's going to help block those UV rays with some SPF in it. So not protecting your skin can lead to premature aging, sun damage, and skin cancer. So we definitely want to protect our skin as much as possible. So I'm going to flip over to talk about our nutrition benefit inside of UFit. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I will definitely get to as many as I can in our time today. But UFit's in-house nutrition program is with EatLove. So we are personalized nutrition guidance 24/7 for every eating occasion. This is if you want to make meals at home, you want to add something from a popular restaurant chain, like how do I eat at Starbucks? How do I eat at Chipotle? We're going to tell you what fits your nutrition profile. And that can even fit your anti-inflammatory way of eating, your Mediterranean diet way of eating, your increased energy way of eating. We have all of those templates within the platform. We also have ready-made meals and meal kits. So if you want to do something that is like half cooking, like bird's eye meal from the frozen section at the grocery store, how can you incorporate those family-size packets into your dinners without spending 30 minutes plus cooking something on the stovetop? We also have grocery integration to save you about 90 minutes a week, and you can delegate the tasks to your family members if possible. Especially if you want to get your children more involved, you want to have them chop vegetables, you want to bring awareness to this process, because that, before they know it, they're going to be doing the exact same thing themselves. So having this knowledge firsthand and watching mom or dad or whoever is in the family responsible for being that nutritionist of the family, they're going to have those tools and resources for when they start branching out on their own and doing the same thing. We also have a way to do nutrition analysis and food logging, so you can kind of track your food and do all that wonderful stuff. We have our private Facebook community. Tomorrow I will be posting a recipe collection for glowing skin recipes. You can see them all over here. I think this is a carrot juice. We have some lots of antioxidants in this dish. I think we got goji berries, kiwi, raspberries, chia seeds. I think this is a cucumber mint salad, so perfect for summer. Lots of other really great things. I think we have about 15 recipes in that glowing skin recipe collection. So definitely head on over to our Facebook group, our UFit times EatLove Facebook group, to be the first in line to click on that link. So I'm going to minimize this piece and click over here and show you a little bit about inside of EatLove. So when you get your invite to EatLove, so let's say you just joined the gym and you're on a Premium Plus membership, or you've upgraded to a Premium Plus membership, within a day or so, you'll get an invite to accept your invite to create your profile. Your profile is going to ask you things, first and foremost, your goal. So this prescription is set up for healthy, general healthy eating, which is great because you're going to hit your fiber minimums, you're going to hit your fruits and vegetable minimums for the day. So you can see that nutrition profile or prescription down here, where I have a couple other things added to this one, but fiber, I'm not exceeding certain sodium targets, or added sugar, but I'm hitting minimums of calcium and magnesium and all of these other nutrients that are going to be beneficial to healthy eating. And if I click back here, this looks very much like Spotify. So I'm getting a Spotify playlist of meals instead of music that is going to show me 24/7 what matches my nutrition profile. I can see that I've hit all of my targets right in here based on these recommendations. Now, if you don't want these recommendations, that is perfectly okay. It's encouraged that you get in here and choose meals that you would rather have via smart choices. The smart choices are going to show you ideas that still match your nutrition requirements for any single eating occasion: breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, even restaurant meals. So I have, at a click of a button, 12, 16 different ideas here that would match my nutrition prescription, including waffles. We know that all foods fit. It's how it fits in that nutrient breakdown. So maybe I wanted this palm berry yogurt bowl for breakfast tomorrow. I'm still within my nutrition guidelines. It takes the guesswork out of your selections. Another really cool option is via the restaurant meal, and that is through your geolocation. So if I wanted to eat something at dinner for Starbucks, what is a perfect option that matches my nutrition profile? I no longer have to dwell over these choices or fear them if I'm running short on time. I can go to these establishments and find something that matches my nutrition profile. So I'm always working towards the betterment of my goals overall. So I can click on, maybe I want this PB&J protein box. Perfect, matches my nutrition profile. And then you can add some meals to your grocery cart. You can get the family involved. They can all log in. They can add a la carte items, their favorite protein bars, their favorite milk, their favorite bread. And then you have that comprehensive grocery list ready to go to the grocery store, check off things before you go. Or one of my favorites is just to buy online through one of our third-party integrations. And you can do this, if I wanted to go to Instacart, I would click on buy online from Instacart, and then it just pops me right out over into Instacart, where I can see who I can order through, and I can get my groceries delivered in just a couple of hours, which definitely saves you time overall, because you don't have to worry about reserving time to do the grocery shopping. And then you've opened up more time to prep meals that are really going to focus on your goals and your family's goals overall. Also at your fingertips, you have nearly 8,000 dietitian approved meals. So if I wanted to go over here, you can see just about 8,000. And I can search by keyword if I'm looking for, those antioxidant foods or omega-3 foods. And I wanted a salmon dish. I could search salmon in the keyword here. I probably made every single salmon dish in here 10 times over. Delicious through and through. But I could take like a teriyaki salmon and I could schedule that right into my meal planner. And it's going to populate for how many family members that is eating at the same time. So it does that automatically for you and scales appropriately to the number of people in your family. So you can also search by keyword, but you can also search by cuisine style, macro limits, a lot of other really cool things in here. We also have a really great nutrition education system. So like the Nutrition Academy is going to have about 40 handouts for healthy eating. How do you eat at holidays? What are classic knife cuts? How do I get more whole grains in my diet? These are really quick handouts for you to click on, learn more about nutrition topics to supplement your day-to-day information. And they also link back into recipes into the platform. We also have cooking and knife skills videos, about 50 of these. So if you ever wanted to know how to chop a pineapple, we have a video on it. If you're going through the grocery store and you're like, wow, that pomegranate looks incredible, but I have no idea how to slice it open, we have videos that are going to walk you through how to do specific knife cuts. And then at the very bottom, we have protein videos, how to make baked salmon, how to make pan-seared steak. So very short kind of, quick fixes on, learning some nutrition education. And then lastly is our daily log. So we have a one-click logging system. So if it's in your planner, you just have to confirm that you ate it. If you didn't, no worries. You can add whatever you ate. It's just a food tracker at the end of the day. We are a validated food tracker, so it may not have 10 million products, but they are accurate. We have to be accurate with the partners that we work with. Being a UFIT member, you get access to the same technology used in top healthcare systems in the country, and even professional sports teams. So we have to make sure our data is accurate. So if you scan your barcode, which we do have on the app, and it doesn't connect to anything in our database, you can create a custom food by dragging and dropping a picture or taking a picture of your nutrition facts label. And with computer vision, it will extract that information and automatically populate right in here for you so that you no longer have to enter it manually. I say everyone has about 30 products that they use, pretty standard. So this would be in your database only. It does not open up into the full database because we do have to protect and manage that data to make sure that it is correct. And then you get a breakdown of your nutrition information. And if you want more detail in those reports, you could always click Export Nutrition Analysis, and it's going to give you the quality and how you're doing with your diet based on your age and based on your gender. How are you hitting those benchmarks? What's the RDA for magnesium? How well are you doing with that? Your goal is to get more whole grains in your diet. How are you doing with that? What is the average that you should be getting? So a lot of really great resources in here to be in a really comprehensive end-to-end system for you and your family. But I'm going to come back into our chat here and see if we had any follow-up questions or any final questions for today. Awesome. I appreciate you all for being such a wonderful audience. Let me know if you have any questions. We have a really great Facebook group that you can ask questions there, and stay tuned for those glowing skin recipes for tomorrow. But I will talk to you all soon. Have a good one.